everything you wanted to know about vitamin D. Hey everyone, welcome back to Versus Vault. This is the channel where we break down important topics to help you live a healthier and better informed life. Today, we're diving into something that's often overlooked but is super important for your well-being. Vitamin D. What is it? Why do we need it? Where do we get it from? Let's dive right in. What is vitamin D? To begin with, what exactly is vitamin D? Vitamin D is a fat-soluble vitamin that serves several key functions in your body, primarily in maintaining healthy bones and supporting the immune system. Interestingly, vitamin D acts more like a hormone once inside the body. It helps regulate things like calcium levels and even plays a role in mood regulation. Vitamin D is often called the sunshine vitamin because our bodies can produce it when exposed to sunlight. But how much sunlight is enough? And what happens if we don't get enough? Don't worry, we'll get to that soon. Why do we need vitamin D? So, why is vitamin D so important? One of its biggest jobs is helping your body absorb calcium and phosphorus, two minerals crucial for maintaining strong bones. Without enough vitamin D, your body can't absorb calcium effectively, which could lead to weaker bones or conditions like osteoporosis as you age. But that's not all. Vitamin D also supports a healthy immune system, helping you fend off common illnesses like colds and flu. Plus, there's evidence suggesting it plays a role in regulating mood and reducing symptoms of depression, which makes it vital for mental health too. Sources of vitamin D. Now, how do we make sure we get enough vitamin D? There are three primary ways: through sunlight, food, and supplements. Sunlight. First up, we have sunlight. When your skin is exposed to ultraviolet B rays, known as UVB from the sun, it starts producing vitamin D. For most people, 10 to 30 minutes of sun exposure a few times a week can be enough. Of course, this depends on factors like where you live, your skin type, and even the time of year. For instance, people with darker skin tones need more sun exposure compared to those with lighter skin to produce the same amount of vitamin D. However, there's a balancing act here. Sunscreen is crucial to protect against skin cancer, but it can also reduce vitamin D production. So, it's important to find a safe balance that works for you. Food. Next, let's talk about food. There aren't many foods that naturally contain a lot of vitamin D, but there are some great options out there. Fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, and tuna are some of the best natural sources. Egg yolks, beef liver, and mushrooms are also good sources of vitamin D. Another big source is fortified foods. Fortified foods are those that have had nutrients added that weren't originally present. Many common foods are fortified with vitamin D, such as dairy products, plant-based milk alternatives like almond or soy milk, orange juice, and breakfast cereals. Fortified foods can be a great way to increase your vitamin D intake, especially if you don't get enough from natural sources. Here are 5 meals that can give you a vitamin D boost. Grilled salmon with roasted vegetables. Salmon is a top source of vitamin D, and pairing it with veggies makes for a nutritious, balanced meal. Mushroom and cheese omelette. Eggs, particularly the yolks, contain vitamin D, and mushrooms are one of the few plant-based sources. Fortified cereal with milk. Many breakfast cereals are fortified with vitamin D, and combining them with fortified milk is a great way to start your day. Tuna salad sandwich. Tuna is another fish that's high in vitamin D, making a tuna salad sandwich both tasty and beneficial. Beef liver with onions. Beef liver is rich in vitamin D, as well as other essential nutrients like iron and vitamin A. Daily recommended dosage. The recommended daily intake for vitamin D varies based on factors like age and overall health. For most adults, the daily recommended amount is 600 to 800 IU, which stands for international units, around 15 to 20 micrograms. Older adults might need closer to 800 IU because their ability to produce vitamin D decreases with age. It's always best to consult your healthcare provider to determine what's right for you. Supplements. Finally, let's talk about supplements. If you're not getting enough vitamin D from sunlight or your diet, supplements can be a good option. This is especially true for people who live in regions with long winters or those who spend most of their time indoors. But do supplements really work? And are they as good as natural sources of vitamin D? It's a bit of a mixed answer. Supplements are effective in raising vitamin D levels, especially for those who are deficient or have difficulty getting enough through diet or sunlight. However, many experts believe that getting your nutrients from real food is ideal. Whole foods contain a variety of beneficial nutrients that work together in the body. For example, fatty fish not only contains vitamin D, but also provides omega-3 fatty acids, which have their own health benefits. This combination can be more effective than just taking a vitamin D supplement. However, supplements are convenient and sometimes necessary, particularly when natural sources aren't enough. Vitamin D supplements come in two forms, D2-ergocalciferol and D3-cholecalciferol. Vitamin D3 is generally considered more effective at raising and maintaining vitamin D levels in the body. It's a good idea to talk to a healthcare professional to find out the right dosage for you. Vitamin D deficiency. What happens if you don't get enough vitamin D? Unfortunately, vitamin D deficiency is more common than you might think, affecting millions worldwide. Symptoms can include fatigue, bone pain, muscle weakness, and a higher risk of infections. In children, severe deficiency can lead to rickets, a condition where bones become soft and deformed. In adults, long-term deficiency can lead to osteoporosis and increase the risk of fractures. The symptoms can be subtle, so if you think you might be low on vitamin D, it's worth getting your levels checked. Interesting facts about vitamin D. Now, here are some interesting things you might not know about vitamin D. Did you know that your body needs vitamin D to absorb calcium? This makes it especially important for children, pregnant women, and the elderly. People who live farther away from the equator have a higher risk of vitamin D deficiency simply because they get less sun exposure. That's one of the reasons why people in colder climates often experience winter blues, or seasonal affective disorder, SAD, which may be linked to low vitamin D levels. Also, while it's important to get enough vitamin D, too much of it can be harmful. Though rare, vitamin D toxicity can lead to high levels of calcium in the blood, which can cause nausea, vomiting, and even kidney problems. So if you're taking supplements, make sure you stick to the recommended dose. How to ensure you get enough vitamin D. So, how can you make sure you're getting enough vitamin D? First, get outside when you can. Even a little bit of sun exposure can go a long way. When it comes to diet, try to include more fatty fish and fortified foods. And if you still aren't getting enough, a vitamin D supplement could be the answer. But be sure to check with your healthcare provider first. Conclusion. That wraps up today's episode of Versus Vault. We hope this deep dive into vitamin D has helped you understand why it's so important for your health. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on our upcoming health breakdowns and comparisons. Stay healthy, stay informed, and we'll catch you next time on Versus Vault.